So, on my part, I think the one advice that one thing that I have seen, and I think it's a problem
Yeah.
with us in our community is if we keep letting single parenting
Yeah.
become the norm of our society, of our community, because if you go out there in other communities, for example, the Arabic communities,
Yeah.
you would hardly see a single woman without a husband
Oh yeah.
if she has a child.
Yeah.
There is always that figure there.
Yeah. True.
But it is common with us roaming the streets, having two, three kids without a father figure. I think it is a problem.
And I think probably trying to embrace this European or Western world style because well, that's another topic entirely.
Listen, the truth is this. You are African.
Yeah. True.
You can put a goat in a pig fence, but that goat will never be a pig.
Yeah.
That is what we need to understand.
True. True.
So no matter where we find ourselves, situation shouldn't push us to act selfishly.
Yeah.
Because I think most of the time, the decisions that we make ends up in our own interest.
Exactly. True.
Neglecting the child's own interest. So if you have your child's interest at heart, you would make decisions that will benefit that child.
Yeah.
That is to say, you won't want to have full custody over that child and then keep this man away.
Exactly.
We are not saying that you should be in a relationship and kill yourself over it if it is not working. You can break up, but again, be part of your child's life because you know that this child is you.
Yeah.
Wherever this child goes, he reflects you.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
So if we let women keep taking charge over our sons and daughters, it therefore means that they are more inclined to an energy that is different from yours. And that will be feminism.
Yeah.
So how do you expect a man that is more feminine to act masculine? It therefore means that feminism is just what we are preaching. We are spreading all over the place.
Exactly.
So to me, no matter what the situation is, just try to be a part of your son's life, your daughter's life, because there will be a greater joy. Look, I have a little niece.
Yeah.
She calls me dad because I take care of her in my own little way.
Yeah.
Each time she calls me dad, bro, I melt inside. I just like, oh, this sweetness of that name, daddy. Yeah. So I don't know why a man wouldn't want to enjoy such a privilege, such a title.
Well, not every man is a man. Let me just leave it that way, because I think most men or most guys actually just want to stay away from that stress of having a dad or being a dad. So
then why don't make a kid?
Well, due to their carelessness. It was due to their carelessness, due to their nonchalant behavior, and like, okay, the kid comes, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm out, and then disappear. I think sometimes it's not just about being, there's some men who just want to be boys, they just don't want to grow up.
Well, they don't have sex.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those guys, you can tell them that, because those are the most hungry or sex hungry people, because they're just moving around, and then you can just hear like from different ladies having different
sex
kids.
Is for adults. So if you don't want to do things as a mature person, then avoid it, because it comes with a responsibility.
But boys always will play with fire. So
that's why they get burned.
Exactly. And they get burned, and then they run away they see the fire and then they run. And they're like, okay, no. And they want to be responsible. They want to be like dad. They just want to remain that boy, that guy in the hood, where. Yeah.
And is that why you think most of our African brothers do not stay at home, even when they have kids and they have a wife at home? Because I see that most of us are always outside. Most of us are always in the bar. Most of us are always in the club. Do you think that could be a reason?
That's part of the reason too, because they just don't want to grow up. They just want to remain in that.
Okay.
Just want to remain in that comfort zone where, I'm chilling with my guys. I'm going to the club, I'm flirting with some other ladies.
Okay.
Yeah. And they just don't want to take that responsibility. Like, okay, this is another different level, you know?
Do you know the funniest thing about what you're saying right now is I've seen situations where you have a baby with a woman.
Yeah.
But you choose to abandon this woman only to go stay with another lady with babies.
Exactly.
How can you explain that? How can you really explain this situation?
That's why I come about the maturity level. That boys always want to play with fire. And it's like, oh yeah, okay, I have this one. Still, I go spend some time with that other lady.
But she too has a baby. If you're scared of babies, then why do you go look for another lady with babies?
Since she probably has a baby with another man, and you know, boys will always be boys, running up and down like monkeys. You know,
this is sickening.
It's really sickening. And then, you know, from one fire to another fire, and then they leave that one to another, and then finding that everyone is just looking for that safe spot, but you know, they keep messing up everywhere they go.
Well, you know, I think that this is clear to me that if you see a man that act like that, the man is struggling with something inside.
Of course, yeah, they're going.
Do you think it's a pain or an emotional breakage or something?
It's a lot, and the thing is, these things happen, but they think the best way to solve it is, you know, running away from it, or you know, but it's subconsciously because they don't know that. Okay, the best way to solve this thing is, you know, let me just face it and, you know, or speak to someone about it and find a way. You know, I was watching a movie or something, and he was talking about going to see a therapist, and the guy was like, "Oh, I'm a black man. Black men don't go to the therapist, you know. Like I rather go to the barber shop or to the bar with my friends and drink something, you know, which I think we need to unlearn to learn something new."
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Therapists are good. You need someone to always talk to, you know, in case of this kind of scenarios. Because if you don't talk to someone, if you don't look for a solution, you will just keep messing up everywhere you go. Like keep running up and down and, you know, thinking you're solving the problems, but instead you're creating more problems.
Right.
And then at the end of the day, these things catch up to you and you're like,
you messed it again. And you keep messing and messing, and then you keep extending your brokenness and your negativity to your younger ones, and then they pass it again down to the next generation. Because unless you find healing as a man, your son will remain broken.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
So it's a situation I think we need to keep educating ourselves, trying to talk ourselves out of certain situations, because people only carry what was given to them by their dad, because I've seen people that cannot really like stick to one thing because they never saw their dad sticking to a particular thing.
Exactly. So it also comes down to parenting too. You know what? You know, the kids always follow what the parents do. So probably they just copy everything.
Yeah.
And remix it in a way, and like, oh, okay, maybe my dad made a mistake here, but let me try to edit it. But it's always still the same, you know.
The same thing.
Yeah.
So, bro, really want to thank you so much for sharing this moment with us, and it's a privilege, and it's been very, very interesting to hear you vent out some of these things.
Yeah, thank you.
It's really going to empower a lot of us who are viewers or subscribers to this channel.
Yeah.
And as a thing, I really want to show you some appreciation on behalf of Sculpt Quest. So it's a tradition that, you know, we are putting in to encourage people that come in and spend their time with us to go back home with something. I know you have your routine on your personal skincare, but again, we are actually trying to encourage people to care for themselves, not just physically, emotionally, and everything. So we want to add to you this little gift on your skincare line as a token of appreciation for coming here and spending this time with us. So
thank you very much.
This is from us, Sculpt Quest, to you.
Oh, thank you
Dr.
very much.
Ibrahim.
Thank you very
much.
Really
appreciate you for coming.
Thank you very much. Thank you, viewers, and wishing you a great day. Yeah.
So if you like what you heard today, please stay tuned always, like, share, and subscribe.